The National Broadcasting Society presents This College Life,
where we bring the hot topic prey to the pride.
Hi everyone, welcome back to This College Life. I am here and I am Erin.
And I am here and I am Kelsey.
Guys, we have a surprise today.
We have someone very special in the room, and I guess the most special thing about him is...
He's a guy!
Yay!
Woo! Woohoo! Yeah, Kelsey and Erin bringing a guy into the room. Here we go. All right, so we have here with us...
Mike Ezekiel is in the room today with the two ladies. Y'all both looking gorgeous today. How are y'all doing?
Thank you.
Oh, gosh, don't make us blush.
I really just got nervous. Yeah.
Hey,
We're
I'm
doing
in the
great,
room.
though. How are you?
I'm awesome. I'm living the dream. That is my main 3 words for my whole entire life. If
Living
you wanted
the
to sum
dream?
up my life, living the dream.
Hey,
That's
I love
it.
that.
It's a good
I love that.
motto.
It needs to be
You
on
know,
a t-shirt.
You should always live the dream.
Yeah,
No doubt, no
in
doubt.
everything.
always, always. Speaking of living the dream, let's talk about nightmares.
All right,
Which-
taking a turn for the worst
yeah,
with
exactly.
Kelsey.
When I think of nightmares, I think of finals, right?
Oh, man, that's the worst
That's the worst
nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they're coming up, and they're unavoidable. So, what do?
We study, correct?
Correct.
That's
And
what we
there are
should do.
ways to do that, but there are better ways to do it than you have been doing it.
Right. So let's talk about some of those better ways. USA Today has a list of college study tips for finals, and one of the number one thing is create a master to-do list and a schedule for the remaining days in the semester, which we have, let's see, counting right now, 2 weeks and 3 days of actual school, and
Yeah.
then on to finals.
So now is the time to start making that list.
Just straight up make a checklist.
No doubt. So much for that. Studying. So much for that. Don't listen to me when I talk, or listen to me, but don't let my actions be your example, because I do pretty bad on finals week. That's kind of a bad week for me, and I sleep a lot. I slept for 16 hours like last week, and it's probably going to go for like a lot more than that next week.
We appreciate your honesty, Mike.
Absolutely. I just
Yeah.
had to be honest, but study and
Yes.
take that to heart.
So you're saying don't be like you.
Don't be like me.
Okay.
And, it's hard to study. It really is. And if
It
you don't
is.
learn those tips now, if you don't learn how to study now, you're never going to know.
Right.
You just have to do it as soon as possible.
It's a downward spiral if you don't get started.
It is, but I think it's never really too late to learn, even if you have been kind of slacking in the past. I mean, it's all about your habits and your routine. So maybe just try something new, and for one, like this thing, make a list.
Right?
Maybe that'll be the first step into a more successful week for finals.
Something like that. One of the things I kind of do, I'm a big sports guy, and I guess the audience knows that now. I'm a big sports guy. So, at football, we made a lot of scouting reports, and I really enjoyed making scouting reports, looking at the other team and just, figuring out, what's their strengths, what's their weaknesses, what do I expect. I started doing that for my test. And
Wow.
I just thought it's kind of fun. I didn't really study it, but while I was typing it, I'm kind of learning stuff, and I'm like, this test, what's the strengths of this test? What's going to be the weaknesses on this test? What should I know? What should I look for?
Yeah.
And I made it into a scouting report, had the same formula and everything, and it worked out for me. I actually did okay on some tests.
I love that.
Wow.
I think that's brilliant.
And I think that's a really unique idea as far as studying. That's
Yeah.
that's a really cool
because
new way to do that.
it puts it in into something that you are passionate about, so you obviously want to put more effort into it.
Find something you like and make it happen, Make
Yeah,
it happen.
I mean,
Captain.
if you're into music, maybe make a song about
Right.
your test.
You know how they were doing that thing, the workout, when people watch TV shows, and if a character says something, they have to do like a push-up? You could do something like that, but if they say something, you have to answer a question
Yeah.
from your study guide.
There you
Yeah,
go.
take your
Yeah.
passions and put them into your studying.
Wow. Mike has inspired us today.
It is.
And number
Inspiration.
2, that brings us to number 2, just get started. Figure it out and just go. It says don't wait to feel like you need to study. Just do it.
Right. You're not ever going to get anything done unless you just go ahead and get it done.
Because in all honesty, you're probably going to feel like you need to study every second of the day, but you're always going to push it
That
to
might
the
be
back
hard.
of your
Yeah.
mind.
Don't
Might be
let
the
those
hard part.
pressures of procrastination get into your mind, because then you just feel worse. If you just go ahead and get started, even if it's a long process, at least just get started, and then you'll feel better even
Right.
from that.
Right.
The easiest thing to do is procrastinate for sure. Just if
Oh,
you do
yeah.
just one thing, you'll feel a little more accomplished about yourself, and then you're like, well, I got a little bit done. Okay, now you're good to go.
It's like when you're asleep and you sit up. That's one thing, right? Well, opening your eyes, I guess, would be first. And then you sit up and then you put one leg over the edge of the bed and then you put the next leg. And then before you know it, you're out of the bed. And you're like, I never thought I was going to get to this point.
Right.
Yeah.
It's exactly like it.
I follow you.
Good example.
Yeah. Did you get that?
I got you.
I
I got
followed
you
it.
on that. Let's look at a few more of these on the list. Another thing too, taking short breaks. That is number 13 on the list, and I think that's a great form of advice because sometimes you get so wrapped into what you're studying that you start to forget what you're even looking at. I mean, sometimes I'll be staring at my homework and I'll think, okay, I just have to take a step back because it's all a blur now. And then you come back to it, maybe take a 30-minute break and then come back to it, and then you might have a new idea.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, for your mind, you definitely need it. We talk about the zombie zone a lot. If you're not retaining it, you need to step away because it's not helping.
Oh yeah, you don't want to end up sounding like a zombie. If you start to sound like it, that's when you know. You
Right.
gotta take a break.
That's when you know. If you're making weird noises and your mouth won't close,
Oh yeah.
you need to get away from that book. For sure.
It's time.
Well, guys, we'll be right back, and we're going to talk about how to prepare for graduation for those of us who will be leaving.
No.
So stick with us.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Erin, you doing some studying?
Yeah, I'm just trying to cram all this stuff in before finals start.
Well, don't stay up too late. You know what they say about the zombie zone.
I'll try not to.
2 hours later.
What is that noise? Erin! No! No, you're not. You need to take a break. Give your brain a break before you enter into the zombie zone.
Brains.
Oh, no. She's already there. Guys, don't fake it. Just break it. Finals 2015.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to This College Life. And ironically, we're going to be talking about this college death.
What does that mean, Mike?
Well, it means we're talking about graduation.
Oh.
Oh, the end of the road. The end of the
But
journey.
also the beginning, right?
But also the beginning.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the end for y'all.
It
is.
is.
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations
Thank you.
Thank
on your
you,
death.
Mike.
On your death.
Oh, and now I'm sad.
Thank you. I've never been so happy to pass on to another life.
I see the light.
Yeah, no, but I'm
To the
really
next tunnel.
going to miss it. I guess let's give some minor details about, what's going on.
Yeah.
What
yeah.
can people expect from graduation?
Here's what you can expect to find out.
You will be leaving. Graduation May 9th.
Yes. Cap and gowns, get them at the bookstore on
Right.
campus. They're in the Commons building,
Mm-hmm.
for those of you who don't know already.
Mm-hmm. I think it's about, was it $28 for both
Yes.
together?
It's going to run about 30.
Right.
Yep.
Right. That's what I would think.
But hey, that's the price you pay to walk.
You have accomplished so much, so you will pay money, right?
Right. Of course.
That's the only way
It's
it can
about
go down.
giving back again.
Exactly. But yeah, around 30. Shoot for 30.
Hey, while you're
And-
there, pick up a Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Yep.
You know?
So
Or some
Starbucks.
Starbucks. Do
There you go.
everything you can on UNA's campus that you may have not gotten to do before, right?
Exactly.
Just like take
Do it
off
all.
running.
Like dip an eraser in the fountain. I mean, you got to do that, and you got to go kill a squirrel and take it and see if you could get your tuition free, even though you don't need it anymore. Why not? You know,
I have
Yeah.
actually, talking about the squirrel, I have been in contact with a squirrel.
really.
We've been emailing back and forth. But no.
A pen pal squirrel.
Yeah, pen pal squirrel. I had food in my hand and the squirrel ate it out of my hand. But, I couldn't bring myself to kill it. I just can't,
No.
That's when you pass it along to me.
You
see,
will
see me and squirrels. We go way back.
You do?
We have a bad history.
So you don't have a pen pal squirrel. You have
No.
an enemy squirrel. That's what
It's
you're
like
saying
a
to me.
yes. It's an enemy
So
squirrel.
you could take one for the
He's
team.
my arch nemesis.
Okay.
Mm.
So if
His
an
name is
incoming
Squirrels.
freshman wanted to go see if this proved true, that they could get their tuition for free, come see you.
Oh yeah.
Come find Erin McAllister on
I-
campus. She's a squirrel killer.
I'm your girl.
Yeah. Sorry to anyone who loves squirrels out there.
Let's
Come
steer away
find
from
her,
this
okay?
for a minute
Anyway,
now.
how about the
Come
Braves?
Find
How
her.
about them Braves?
Exactly.
No, but really, what we were saying is, do all the things that you haven't gotten to do yet on campus if you haven't already done it all.
Yeah, because you don't want to be that person who, has already graduated and is trying to come back and do all the things that they never got to do.
Yeah,
I feel like that's going to be my fate. I'm trying to, I have a list,
me too.
A bucket list.
It's
Right.
the UNA bucket list.
Right. And also we wanted to address, at this time, it sounds really serious, you're going to be hearing a lot of, oh, hey, you're going into the real world now, And for people our age, we're 21, 22.
21.
That's a scary term. You know, you're like, what does that really mean? But then you sit back and think about it. We have adapted to our surroundings no matter what. I mean, I think if you apply what you've done in college to, if you've done the right things in college, to the real world, quote, then you're going to be okay.
Agreed. I mean, if you've come this far now, take that strong work ethic and that integrity that you've had all this time and just apply it now to this next step of life. And you're going to do just as fine as you already have now.
And it will be all right. And you were talking earlier about how the achievement of graduating is, you know, it's an achievement in itself. And we so often overlook it because we're worried about what's coming after, that we need to take the time to, you know, appreciate what we've done.
Right. Take a step back from being afraid of what's coming next and what to expect next, and just like step aside from the pressure and enjoy and celebrate this time in your life, because this is supposed to be a time of celebration, not a time of, oh gosh, what am I going to do next? Where am I going to go?
Right.
You know, be sure to appreciate what you've done and recognize your accomplishments. That's important.
Right. And Mike, you're not graduating. How does it look for somebody who's not graduating? Like, do you guys still look at graduation as a major accomplishment, or are you thinking it's just another step?
I mean, I can see it both ways, honestly. I mean, it's a huge accomplishment to graduate for college, but from what I'm seeing, you know, everything that we do in college is preparing us for the real world.
Yeah.
And I feel like, you know, some of the stuff we do in college may be harder than what we're going to do at our jobs anyway, but I feel like the most important thing, and this is in life, and this is in college and high school and everything, it doesn't matter, you know, May 9th isn't the day that you should be concerned about. You should be concerned about every day before that. You know, what are you going to do with that dash? You know, what are you going to do from the time you're a freshman until the time that you graduate? You know, how much are you going to learn and how much are you going to apply to your life? And then you take that with you. And, I mean, it's important to buckle down and actually, you know, take things seriously. I mean, and I'm starting to see that now as I'm getting closer to graduation.
Yeah.
I always liked when people said that, too. What are you going to do with the dash?
Yeah.
I always love that.
It's so
and
powerful.
It's the truth. It really is. You got to make your journey something to look back on and be proud of.
Because it does count. You know, you think, oh, it's just college. It's just, you know, 4 years that I'll get through. Or not everybody thinks that, but, you know, if you do think that. But it is, you know, it matters. And when you look back on it one day, like you were saying, you want to be proud of it. You want to be like, I learned something there. It made me who I am.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think on that note, we can say that we can proudly walk down through that gym and get that diploma.
Yes.
I'll be there to watch.
Yay.
I'm proud of y'all.
Woo-hoo.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So proud of everyone, really. Congratulations,
me too.
class of 2015.
Roar Lions to that.
Roar Lions.
When we come back, we're going to talk to the incoming freshman crowd and just give a little bit of advice to them.
Yep. And some memories. A walk down memory lane. Oh, boy. We'll see you guys in a minute. On behalf of Erin and I, we would like to say a final massive thank you to the Flor Alla for allowing us to join forces with them and helping us move forward this semester.
Yeah, we cannot thank you enough, guys, for letting us really bring about what true multimedia is. And just thank you again so much.
You guys are great. Keep it up. Roar Lions.
Roar Lions.
Hey guys, we're back, and we are going to be offering those who will be here after us some advice and talking about some of our fondest memories at UNA. So let's take a trip down memory lane.
Man, where do we begin?
I don't know.
It all started when I walked up to that lion cage, and I knew. No, I'm just kidding. But really, it was an inspiration when I saw them.
It is a cool thing to see, you know, live African lions.
Oh, yeah.
As opposed to like stuffed African lions and coloring books or something. I don't know. That made no sense. But it is cool. I mean, that draws people in, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Well, Mike, do you have anything you want to start us off with here?
Kick us off,
Man, I mean, you put me on the spot here, but that's okay. I mean, you just advice to incoming freshmen. I mean, we talked about this earlier. You know, there's never going to be another Erin McAllister to walk on campus. There will never be another Kelsey White to walk on campus, nor will there be another Mike Ezekiel to walk on campus. You just got to figure out who you are, and you know, don't feel like that you're the only one that's, you know, like you're not, you know, you might be scared about something like, hey, I might be the only one that feels this way, and then you might meet somebody eventually. Hey, there's somebody else that's like me, you know,
Right.
But there will never be another you, and you may not know what you want to do. I kind of knew what I wanted to do in high school, and I'm living that dream right now. But, you know, it's not always the case, and sometimes it takes college to figure out what you want to do. You don't have to decide now, and that's kind of the advice I would give. You know, you don't have to decide who you are now. just evolve, because maybe
Definitely let it take you.
Oh yeah, that's such a great way to put that. Evolving, like let college evolve you. Let it shape you. Don't try to shape yourself while you're in college. Just kind of like
See what's
go
out
down
there.
that road and just kind of go with the flow. And everything, when you don't force it, then you learn the most about yourself, I think.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt.
Mm-hmm. It just falls into place. And you were talking about how, you can be the best you. Don't try to be somebody else. And we were talking about how sometimes growing up you think, oh, I'm just weird,
Yeah, I was there. No
right?
doubt.
And but then you do find people that are like you, and you're like, oh, okay, cool. And you can kind of interact with them, and you can learn a lot. And it's okay, like you said, to be kind of confused, it's okay to be confused for the rest of your life. I don't think anyone ever truly has it figured out. I feel like they're lying.
No,
That's me.
you're
Until you
always
die.
constantly learning throughout your life, and
Always.
you're not supposed to have it all figured out right now. No one
No.
is.
Just like pick a direction, or in our case, multiple directions, and head that
Yeah,
way.
and
as
that's
best you
another
can.
thing we've been talking about is it's okay to have several interests. Don't feel like you have to pick one thing and stick with it the rest of your life. If you have several different interests, that's okay. And it's not. Some people might have that one interest, like I want to be a nurse. I want to always just do that. But for people like me and Kelsey and Mike, we like to do all kinds of stuff,
we
and
like
that's okay.
everything.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. Just get a little bit of everything. Like when I was growing up, I wanted to be a firefighter. So you know what? I became a volunteer firefighter and did what I can, and it's been good. And then I wanted to preach. I've always had a passion for Jesus and the Bible, and I'm like, hey, why don't I try this out? And I started preaching part-time, and now I'm doing it all, and it's kind of hard to balance everything, but I'm doing so many things. I want to be a sports editor for a newspaper one day maybe, so I'm the sports editor at Florala now. I just left UNA football, and I got to live my dream there because I've always wanted to be a coach, and I didn't really coach, but I was working my way to be that way. But you just experience a little bit of everything. You don't have to say, well, I'd like to do that, and then just don't do anything about it. Act upon it and see if that's really what you want to do. There's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that.
there's
Right.
nothing in your way.
Fear, I think a lot of times will kind of hold us back. We think, oh, no, I can't do that. He's a firefighting preacher.
I mean,
That's
what
amazing.
is this?
Right. Just do it, But don't let fear hold you back. Just go forth and, be like, this is the time. This is the environment to test stuff out. Not bad stuff. Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Productive things.
Oh yeah, and one of the biggest pieces of advice that I can give any incoming freshman is always listen to your instincts. And I know you get that from your parents all the time. I'm sure listen to what your heart says, but really it's so true. Listen to those instincts in any situation. If you're feeling like something's not right, don't keep doing it and make yourself miserable. Go with your heart. If you'd
Right.
rather be doing something else, do that because that's where you'll be happiest.
Mm-hmm. Because, at the end of the day, if you're doing stuff because it's going to make someone else happy and you're miserable doing it, you're not helping. I mean, you're actually making it worse,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I was actually talking to one of my friends earlier today, talking about how you have to find the right fit at your school in general, not even just in your major. If you're not feeling happy or comfortable in the college that you're at, make the change. Don't stay with it and be stuck and miserable because then you're not even going to feel motivated to learn.
Right.
So go where you need to be and find your place.
If you have the opportunity, take it. I mean, absolutely take it. And you're right. Make your choices.
Right.
Yeah.
Even if it's tough to make the move, do it anyway because you're going to be happier.
Go
Right.
for it.
It's one day at a time.
Don't
Do
let
it,
it stay
guys.
inside.
Enjoy every day. Go forth and prosper.
Take advantage
they
of
say.
these 4 years, guys.
Live the dream.
Yeah.
Really, we're gonna give the cliche. It's gonna go by so fast, but
It really does.
You can't deny that at all. It has
It really
went by
does.
fast.
And don't think to yourself, oh, I've got time to do it, because that kind of contradicts what we were saying. But I guess what I'm trying to say is if you want to do it. And, there are going to be a lot of things that rise up and that push things to the back burner. But try to always keep that focus on, I don't want to say keep the focus on yourself, but keep the focus on your passion, and realize
Yeah.
that
still
you
work
have to be
hard.
happy to make the world a better place. Like, you just have to be. And what
Exactly.
makes you happy?
Work as hard as you can, but at the same time, don't forget to be having fun in the process. You have to, and make the memories because you're not going to want to look back and say, "Oh, well, I was just stuck in my room studying all the time." Have a good balance.
You can balance it. You definitely have. It's priorities, and there's a way to do it. And once you figure that out, you figure yourself out, and I think that's the best place to be at. You need to go from there.
No doubt. I think another important thing is time management. You just got to figure out, what am I going to do? Do I have time to do this? And, just try to cut down on some of the things that, maybe doesn't make you happy, or the things that maybe are kind of pointless, because there's some things you might do that meaningless, but, but you got to figure out who you are, what you want to do, and manage those things into your schedule. Don't just sit on the couch, go to class and then go home and sit on the couch, just try to do stuff. I mean, there's so many opportunities on campus. Don't let them go
Exactly,
away.
and that was one thing I was going to bring up. And these can be some of the last things we give you as advice, because there's a million things we could say.
Right.
But
we'll have a pamphlet in the fall.
Oh yeah, we'll be passing that out.
It'd be more than pamphlet.
At
It'd be like a
graduation.
magazine.
We'll be leaving behind our papers.
Not really. We're totally lying.
Take opportunities. Don't pass them up, even if it's just small ones. Like, join clubs. If you have the opportunity to join a club and hone in on what you love, do it. And don't gravitate towards the people that are going to make you happiest. Find good friends. Don't stick around bad groups of people, because the good people in your life are going to lead you to even bigger and better things in your life as well.
Amen.
Making good networking is the best thing that I can say.
And you have the opportunity to surround yourself with the people that, will make you a better person.
Right.
That's one great thing about college, I think, is you have the opportunity to go out and do things with these people that you've never met before, and kind of see where you are in the world.
Yeah. Couldn't have said it better myself.
And then you end up with three people from different places in one random room making a podcast. Like, how did we all meet each other? Like,
Exactly.
How do you get to this point? I mean,
Exactly.
It's just getting out and knowing people. I mean,
it is. It's connections. It's communication. Ha ha ha. No pun intended. Communication
Boom.
majors. But it is crazy. If we wouldn't have been here today, not today, but at UNA, then we wouldn't have known each other.
not at all.
Right. And just, take that into consideration.
Right. I feel better for knowing you guys, and I know that there are other people out there that feel the same way.
You got to recognize, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, again, another one of those cliche things. You just have to say another cliche thing. It's not about the grades you make. It's about the hands you shake. And that's a serious. That's
I love it, Mike.
That's as serious as it gets. Like, it's so real. Like,
It's great.
It's really, you just really got to shake some hands. Like, that's really how it is.
You really
It
do.
is.
And, you talked about time management and all that. I've always been one of those people that obsessed over grades, and you will absolutely just drive yourself crazy.
Do your
your
hardest.
absolute best, but know that, your
Oh,
best
yeah.
has a limit.
Yeah, give it your best.
I want to leave you guys with this, and it's something that one of my professors, one of my favorite professors while I've been here, told us, and she preached it to us almost all the time. And she said, "You are not your grade," and just always remember that.
Mm-hmm.
You are not your grade.
That's probably a good thing in my case. I'm
Yeah.
just saying. I'm just saying. I thought I'd put that out there.
Yeah.
Despite what Mike says,
Right.
it's
Make good
true.
grades.
It's true.
There's just make good grades. Do your best. I mean, it's college. You're here. You want to graduate. You want to get a degree, and you want to go forth. But also, like we're saying, prioritize and just be an all around person. Have that that depth to you that everybody needs.
Yep.
Know who you are.
And be young. Be young and live young right now, because you're not supposed to be a grown up right now.
Mm-mm.
You're figuring it out, and that's okay.
It's okay to be figuring it out. I can't say that word. Figuring
Figuring it out.
There we go. I think so. So, number one thing you guys have learned at UNA. Or maybe not number one, just something
Number
important. 'Cause it's
one.
hard to do a number one.
The number one thing I've learned at UNA, probably just finding myself, I guess, would be one thing, and just kind of like how to find myself, and how to, I guess, just other than just things that I've learned in my major and everything. Like, for 18 years, you live at home, and you live with your parents, and that's kind of what you go by. And you see like maybe 100, 200, 300, well, however many people are at your high school. That's who you see every day. You branch out, go to college, you see 7,000 other people, or 6,999. I don't know how many people are at UNA, but it's something
A
like
lot of
that.
people.
But you see a lot of people, and they're new people, and they bring different aspects into your life. And there's a real good friend of mine that I met, and I've learned so much from him that I would have never known. And well, I mean, we're a lot different, but we have so many similarities at the same time, and I've learned so much from him. So, you just got to meet people, and the more people you meet, the more you learn. I feel like just experiencing things, and I guess the importance of that would really be the number one thing I've learned at UNA. Just how important it is to meet people and have connects.
I agree. I echo that.
Me too.
There's not really much more I could add to that.
I think that's the biggest thing I've learned as well. I mean,
It's about people.
Have
It's about
as many people in your life as you can. Never stop connecting. That's what UNA taught me. And also,
Right.
it taught me to utilize what's in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take what you have for granted. Anything. Your schoolwork, your friends, your professors, the equipment that you can work with, the tools on campus. Just don't let anything in your life pass you by.
Yeah, I guess the one thing I could add on to that is, for me, it really reiterated impressions, because you don't know these people, right? And what they know of you at UNA is what they know about you. So, I mean, it's just really interesting to figure out, like you're saying, it's all about people and, meeting people and how you act and what impression you leave them with, I think is a very important thing to learn.
No doubt. A lot of people complain when they go to Walmart and they see somebody they know, like, oh, man, I don't want to go to Walmart. I'm going to run into so many people. That's a good thing. I love talking to people and seeing people, because I feel like every time I talk to somebody, I might learn something new every day. I mean, depending on who it is, like, Matt, I learn something new from Matt every day. And he's such a character. I learn something from you guys every day. I feel like just being around in this podcast, I've learned so much. And, you just got to, people are just, I guess, it's kind of underappreciated, people just having connects. It really is.
Oh, yeah. Learn lessons from the things and your experiences. Take the lessons from them. Never forget to do that.
No doubt.
Things in.
Find the lessons.
Take things in.
Don't be closed-minded. Be open-minded.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
Know who you are, but also know that everyone else knows who they are.
I mean, nobody has to change you, but be open-minded, and, you got to change yourself if you need to change. If you feel like you need to change, then change. But at the end of the day, you are who you are.
Right.
All right, freshmen, now take all of what we just
Everything we
said.
just
Everything
and
but what
apply
I
it to
said.
your life. Now go and run with it.
Yeah, right.
Pick up the ball and run.
Love yourself, love others, and
Live, laugh,
And roar
love.
lions.
aim to be happy, and I think you'll be okay. And roar lions.
And
exactly.
roar lions.
We love you guys. We hope you do great in life, and we hope that, we hope you're happy.
All right. Well, good luck to everyone. And this is so long for now.
It is.
Ta-ta for now.
Yeah.
Ta-ta.
We're going to go into a separate room now and cry.
Ciao.
We love you all. Bye-bye. This has been This College Life.